The Oklahoma Sooners have just landed a commitment from a Division II linebacker. You heard me right, a Division II linebacker. And this guy, listen, he might just be a hidden gem for Brent Venables and Ted Roof. But before we dive into it, guys, before we talk about it, go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, jump in the comments below. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are on the recent transfer portal commitment of Konnor Near from Ferris State University. Which, by the way, guys, I didn't even know Ferris State University existed. I learn something new every time we hear about these Division II schools. But Konnor Near, the linebacker who just recently committed to the University of Oklahoma, guys, if you haven't checked him out, you have to check him out because in his season last season with Ferris State, 15 games played, 66 tackles, 34 solo tackles, 3 sacks, 1 fumble recovery. Hey, again, this could be a hidden gem for the Oklahoma Sooners. In an interview with Brandon Drum put on Twitter, my linebacker coach told me that if I get a call from Coach Venables, then I better take it. 4 days later, here I am. Which, by the way, you got to love it when a player says, here I am, no matter what school you're at. But what does he provide the Oklahoma Sooners? Because I know a lot of you guys are going to jump in the comments and go, well, he's a Division II guy. Not excited. Is he going to be a starter? Well, he might not be a starter per se, but this is going to be a really good rotational piece, a piece that is going to be able to help provide some depth off the bench because right now, your current linebacker room looks like at the cheetah position, McCullough and Harrington. At the linebacker, you got Danny Stutzman, Shane Witter, Kip Lewis, Kobe McKenzie, Jaron Kanak, Sammy Omosigo, and Lewis Carter, along with Phil Picchiotti. So you look at the linebacker room and go, it looks solid, but adding a little bit of depth in there with a guy that has production regardless what you think about it, this is a good pickup because now he's going to be able to go in there. And as we talk about so many times, he's going to be able to go in there and drive competition amongst these linebackers. And that's the important part. A guy that had offers from other Power 5 football programs, Cincinnati, the newest of them, Georgia Tech, other ones like that. This was a guy that was obviously wanted by other teams across the country. Ultimately, Brent Venables has the reputation to be able to go out there and land linebackers, and that's what should excite you guys. Because in 2024, well, they could have a stellar year at the linebacker position and one that you guys are really excited about, one that you guys are paying attention to, headlined by the 5-star linebacker, Sammy Brown. Does that ring a bell? The guy that reminds everybody of the Boz, of Brian Bosworth? Yeah, that guy. So Brent Venables, a guy that has went out there and landed a 5-star like Barrett Carter before and put linebackers that were underrated and 3 stars as NFL prospects. I mean, shoot, look at what James Skalski was able to do, who's now on the staff. Brent Venables just has that reputation among recruits, among linebackers across the country. They want to come play for Venables. And it's showing because there is now some real depth at this position. And I think OU fans should be excited about what the linebacker position is going to look like for the Oklahoma Sooners going into 2023. And recently, just on with the guys over there at Locked On Sooners, a lot of people were asking, hey, where is the linebacker transfer portal commit? Well, here you go. Listen, they could have taken a lot of them. There were a lot of linebackers in the transfer portal. They were being selective. They found a guy they really liked. They found a guy that got the blessing of Venables. I say the blessing because Venables is that dude. But again, talking about the 2024 class at the linebacker position. Because, as I said, guys want to come play for Venables. 5-star Sammy Brown. If you're able to go out there and you're able to show some real development at this position this year, and you're able to show that these guys are flourishing under your program, even at Oklahoma, because you're no longer at Clemson and you no longer have the Clemson backing. I guess you can still utilize what you've done at Clemson, but you just don't have the Clemson name behind you anymore. So you're coming to Oklahoma and you're having to rebuild your brand there, even though you had it earlier. But a lot of these kids don't remember what you did in the 2000s. So you're going to have to rebuild it for them now to show them I can turn around this defense and you can be a part of it. And so for a guy like Sammy Brown, maybe he sits there later in the season, sees a Danny Stutzman having a butt kiss type season, sees a Kobe McKenzie come in and just be an absolute star, or maybe a Shane Witter who hasn't really had much opportunity there, completely come out there and ball out, or Kip Lewis continue to ball out, or maybe a true freshman like Lewis Carter or Sammy Omo-Siegel come out there and just be studs. Maybe he sees that and goes, oh, you know what? Even though I'm committed here, maybe I want to flip my commitment to that relationship that I have with Venables, because Venables still is that guy. And Venables is going to be able to turn me into the player that I want to be, and the player that can go be a top 32 pick in the NFL. I said it. But in 2024, Venables and Ted Roof, they've got their hands full, because right now, hey, you're looking at this linebacker position going, who are we going to pick up? Is it going to be a Braden Platt or a Sammy Brown or a Peyton Pierce flipping from Ohio State? Is it going to be a Jordan Lockhart who Brandon Drum over at Rivals is telling you all about? Is it going to be a Ty Anthony Smith? Is it going to be a Michael Boganowski who Parker Thune over at Rivals is so high on? Is it going to be one of those guys? How many of those guys do you land? Is it going to be 2? Because if you get Sammy Brown, maybe you don't need to take 3 guys. Maybe Sammy Brown is worth 2 at that point. Just saying. Venables has not left the scene. Venables is still here. Oklahoma fans should feel secure with what's going to happen with this defense, happen with this linebacker position. And I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. You see everybody, I guess, well, not everybody, but you see most insiders across these recruiting platforms excited about what Venables is doing in Oklahoma. You're hearing good things, guys. You should be feeling okay about the direction of the Sooners and the defense and the linebacker position. But if you guys haven't already, you guys have made it this far, go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, jump down in the comments below. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are on the recent addition of Konnor Near to the Oklahoma Sooners. Additionally, if there's somebody that you guys want to see the Oklahoma Sooners take in the transfer portal, jump down in the comments below. Let me know who that person is. Let's take a look at them. Let's break them down together. Let's follow their recruitment. But guys, again, go ahead, hit that like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.